the wrong thing, says Payas. The right thing to do is to do the wrong thing.
Correct. Let's talk about some other people who do the wrong thing. The Acolyte. 2 episodes out. Cam has seen one.
Watched one. And
Me and Antonio has seen both. Outside of the show itself, it's gotten a lot of vitriol against a lot of people on the right, as usual, with these Star Wars things, and a lot of the people in the fandom. The fandom itself has gotten extremely toxic.
My Star Wars is white.
It's kind of insane. And when I watch the show, it really just is so telling that these people refuse to give stories a chance. Like, only 2 episodes out, and they try to put the shit at, like, people was like, what, 27% audience score or something like that? What was that? Audience score, 27.
You niggas
critic score, 97.
And jizz your fucking pants. Okay. Cool.
Well, you got to understand there's mostly white people in that one. So.
Touche.
Yeah.
Touche.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, I watched the first 2 episodes.
It's crazy because the average tomato meter is at 91%.
Yeah.
The average audience score is at 28.
Yeah, and it's most people that aren't watching the show. Yeah, that's what's so bad about it.
It's a lot of hate reviewing.
It's not enough white people. It's not enough white people on camera.
Mm-mm.
Definitely not.
And when the only white person in the show gets killed in the first.
I was gonna say
10 minutes.
They knocked them off real quick.
Gets killed in the first 10 minutes.
What is really interesting about the show, now as you say that, is that I think this is the first property of Star Wars I've seen where the first 30 minutes interaction wise, no white people. And I was like, huh. You would think for like a space show that would not be like.
Well, that's not accurate.
Who's the white person you see?
The green.
Oh, I'll take it back. I'll take it back. No.
I mean, obviously the very first person that has a physical altercation is white, but also the woman that's green is a white woman.
Yeah, but I'm talking about in the context of the show. Like, we know it's makeup on. Yeah, but like she's an alien in the show. Like, we're supposed to just accept that.
Yeah, but that's for white people. That's fine though.
Yes, you're right. That's right, because we do see.
Otherwise, Star Wars would have never took off. It was just about you had to be white and that's it. They cool with aliens.
And we do see Trinity.
Just don't be a nigga. Carrie-Anne Moss is her name.
Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah.
You just can't be a nigga in space. Those dreadlocks. Ugh.
It's too many colors.
What type of creature would have those?
And what a solid opening.
And woke, even though there really hasn't been anything.
There's been nothing woke.
That's nothing. The only thing was there was a reference to 0.5 seconds to mention it where they refer to her and her mother's plural.
Correct.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Nigga, if you had sneezed in that moment, you wouldn't even have heard it, and it wouldn't even been anything.
Yeah,
because they've
goes by the ear of prejudice is sharp.
They have not gone back to it since because it's not even a part of the And
apparently, only one of the mothers would show up anyway, so you won't even get to see both those 2 people interacting, regardless.
Because in a massive galaxy, there would never be a scenario in which somebody would have 2 mothers, because
and could probably procreate on their own.
They're all humans,
it's fucking Star Wars.
And see, that's where like when we talk about this, when we talk about some of these video games, when we talk like all of these things where it's based off of fake, non-real people. And then we want to talk about wokeness. Like, what are you talking about? None of these niggas are from Nebraska. Like, what are we doing here? Like, it's really, it's stupid. Yeah. And it's like, so I have a coworker who's a big Star Wars fan. And so he asked, I said, am I going to watch it? He's like, no, I don't think I'm going to watch it because I don't think it looks good. And I told him, I was like, well,
this is one of the better looking shows.
I'm telling you, it's actually pretty solid so far. And he just wouldn't be. And I have the feeling that he just didn't want to tell me what he actually felt, which is he didn't want to say DEI, but I'm believing that's what it is because almost every other aspect that we kind of look for, I'm telling him like it's pretty good. Like it's pretty good. It's worth your watch. Like you sat there and you watched Kenobi, you can watch this.
Oh my God, this is leagues better than Kenobi.
And so I'm like, what are we talking about? I kind of like the fighting. I kind of like how the
fighting is
use
solid.
like the Force, what people could actually be able to do with the Force. To me, that part was
They're calling it Force Foo is what they were calling it, which is corny, but I get it. Like,
I mean, my gripes are minor, but they have nothing to do with what everybody else is arguing about. So, folks, this is less about us critiquing the actual show and more about us asking you not to be stupid and just watching something for yourself and not, because I'm seeing this becoming a trend now, which is anything that has a diverse cast. This is going to be seen as DEI, and then it's going to be, the project's going to be shot on. We didn't talk about it. I think we were texting about what Disney is planning on doing, and they had mentioned some other films. One of them being Elemental, because it didn't do very well. But that's because a lot of people thought it was going to be like this super woke project, and it wasn't at all. And it wasn't until later that people kind of like, oh, this is actually pretty good. Yeah. But the mob, the group that is so upset about canceling, they're the biggest cancel culture.
Cancelers.
They're the biggest cancelers of all time. And so go watch it. It's fine. It's 30 minutes. What the hell else are you doing? They're not long episodes. The
irony is always lost on them.
It doesn't make any sense. There's only going to be 8 episodes because he's only ever have eight episodes. They're not that long. It's a solid story. You finally don't get to hear about the Skywalkers. I love the Skywalkers, but I'm glad that we're away from them.
Finally out of that.
At least for a second.
Yeah, get out of that.
Something new worth watching.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, the people who are part of like the DEI, cancel culture, just not my stories, this, that, and the third, right? If they were to exist in any of these fictional worlds, they would be the bad guys. Morally speaking, narrative speaking, you would not be on the side of the Jedi. You would not be picking up a lightsaber to fight with Yoda. You know what I mean? Like that, you would be on the side. If you was in the Marvel universe, you know what I mean? Captain America would be throwing his shield across your face. If you was in the DC universe, Batman would put his leather glove down your throat.
They would be. They would be supporting Palpatine.
You Lex Luthor loving motherfuckers. Like, I don't know why y'all want so badly to have these stories.
These Jedi with their woke think they want to control us. We should go with Palpatine. That's exactly what they would be them.
It's so wild, man. It's so crazy. But yeah, no, the first two stories are really solid. I like what they've said. Fine.
Even Cam, who is the least Star Wars out of the three of us, is like, it's okay.
Yeah.
That's like,
nothing to hate.
It's okay. That's not, what did you what are you expecting? Like, I mean, I don't know what else you're expecting if you
it's their first time venturing into this frame in any project live action. With them talking about like towards the end of the High Republic's reign. Like, we've never got this story.
Not enjoying it if you just feel like they kind of gave up a lot of sauce in the first episode that could have stretched the show out further as far as intrigue. But you don't know what else they're going to do yet.
Yeah,
right.
So you kind of got to kind of hold off and wait and see.
I'm with you.
It's not so bad that just like I can't watch this.
Not a huge spoil, but I was hoping that they hung on to the potentially bad person thing a little bit longer and then gave that reveal later. But I'm just assuming that maybe there's another flip that's coming down the way. But
something has to be coming.
Again, nothing worth the 28%.
Yeah, we got to see who this Sith is.
Yeah,
that's all Sithed up out there with his robotic voice and his lightsaber.
There are theories that it could be, and again, this is not a spoiler because it's all rumor, that the person under the mask is Plagueis, the person that Palpatine
Probably the first time we
mentioned.
See Plagueis, that was the person who trained him.
Right, that's the one that Palpatine killed while he was telling the story to Anakin and what was that, episode 1,
correct? Right? No, episode 3.
Three. Darth. Have you ever heard the story of Darth Plagueis?
Yeah. So this is a young Plagueis. This will be really interesting.
He was Plagueis' apprentice, and he killed Plagueis to get his power.
Right, and
that would be interesting if Plagueis wasn't dead, which has always been rumored. That's what they rumored. Remember that was the rumor for Snoke. Was that Snoke was actually Plagueis?
Yeah. They ended that real quick.
People
was so mad. I was in the theater turning up when they did this, the lightsaber through the nigga. I was like, "Oh, let's fucking go!"
That was the first time in the theater that I was at a Star Wars movie. I went, "Hey yo!"
Like, yes,
because when they went back to back, nigga, oh my god!
Come on, man!
Listen,
let's fight.
And got online. Niggas was pissed.
Listen,
I was like, "Oh man, y'all don't like cinema?
Listen,
y'all don't like good stories."
It's crazy how Star Wars will do that. They'll have like a movie where like a lot of it is just like, okay, what is happening here? And then they'll have like a 30 to 45 minute just sequence of time that's like, hey, this is crazy. So that whole fight when they they go crazy. Oh man.
I mean, because even the Darth Vader reveal in Rogue One was amazing, but it didn't get me as hype as them going back to back. Because I thought we was really about to venture into some shit Star Wars has never done.
And that was what was so interesting.
I wanted Rey to flip. I felt
Me too!
I felt like
I thought we were gonna
felt like they should have
wrestling the double switch.
Yeah. I felt like they should have flipped, and then we would have had Ben honoring the legacy of his father, his grandfather, and blah blah blah. Or, and I thought it'd have been good to have that, and then have Rey start wrecking shit and then have to go, have that be a thing. But
Yeah,
I've said,
thought
I
they were
think,
gonna do that.
I've said this. I think I've said this before on the pod of like, and just add it to my count if this is true. But the whole like how interesting it would have been to have Rey go out and fully embrace like Gray Jedi, Dark Side, whatever, tear down both, and then Ben trying to bring her back, having to join up with Finn. Join up with Finn. Finn needs to be trained to be a Jedi.
And Finn should have been a Jedi.
Right, and then Finn can't get the training he needs from Ben because Ben's not fully on board either. He was like, I think I know of someone. They go to a dusty ass planet and a purple lightsaber fly is fucking burn face.
I did hear
Mace
that theory.
Windu. Oh my god, that would have been fucking incredible.
Yeah,
that theater would have lost its mind.
I would have orgasmed.
That theater would have been crazy. One more step, motherfucker. This purple lightsaber. So fucking. Oh my god, Kathleen Kennedy, all of you, y'all had the opportunity of a lifetime, man.
But they was reading Reddit boards and tried to make everybody happy. Which
so rigid.
has been
Y'all
the downfall of Star Wars lately.
God damn, man. The Star Wars fandom.
Just do something, and who cares if these old ass niggas care?
They already were kind of playing off the whole making Ben Kenobi or Ben Solo, making him a part of it because in the old canon it was a set of twins and he had a sister.
Yeah, and
the sister goes evil and he's good.
Yeah,
and Luke.
There's a name for the twins. I think it starts with a D, diocese or something like that. Dalcy, something. I can't remember the name, but whatever the name is, they're trying to set it up apparently for this show. Like there's something about twins where there's like certain power or whatever.
Yeah, Twisters coming soon, July.
Twins, we got twins. But yeah, no. Solid,
if you
solid
feel it. Right.
I'm in love with that man. I'm sorry.
Let's talk about that man right now.
I'm in love with that man.
Disney Plus pay us.